Have you ever pondered how significant good habits are in shaping our lives? They are, in essence, the invisible architects of our daily existence, silently steering us towards our goals. Our habits, both good and bad, determine our actions, mold our identities, and ultimately shape our future. Whether it's waking up early, exercising regularly, or even maintaining a balanced diet, each good habit we cultivate propels us towards personal and professional success. And it's not just about big, life-changing routines. Even the smallest habits, like making the bed each morning or reading a few pages of a book every night, can significantly impact our productivity, well-being, and overall life trajectory. Imagine a life where good habits flow as naturally as breathing, where each day brings you closer to your dreams. That's the power of good habits, and it all starts with understanding their significance. Understanding the significance of good habits is the first step towards a prosperous life. But what exactly constitutes a habit and how do they form? Let's delve into the science behind habits. The study of habits is a fascinating field that combines elements of psychology, neuroscience, and behavioral science. The formation of a habit revolves around a simple yet powerful process known as the habit loop. This loop comprises three distinct stages: the cue, the routine, and the reward. Picture the habit loop as a circular process, beginning with the cue. The cue is a trigger that initiates the habit. It could be a location, a time of day, an emotional state, or even a sequence of thoughts. For instance, the smell of freshly brewed coffee in the morning might cue your habit of having a cup to kickstart your day. Next in line is the routine, which is the actual behavior that we associate with the habit. In our coffee example, the routine is the act of drinking the coffee itself. It's important to note that routines aren't always physical actions. They can also be mental processes, like pondering over a problem or daydreaming. The final stage in the habit loop is the reward. This is the positive reinforcement that follows the routine. It could be the sense of satisfaction, the burst of energy, or the feeling of warmth that drinking coffee brings. The reward is critical because it tells the brain, this routine is worth remembering. Now here's the intriguing part. As we keep repeating this three-step loop, our brain begins to automate the behavior to conserve effort. This process is known as chunking, and it's the reason why habits feel automatic and effortless. The brain, always looking to save energy, streamlines the cue routine reward sequence into a single automatic routine. But why does this matter? Well, understanding the habit loop equips us with the knowledge to manipulate it. By identifying the cues and rewards that drive our habits, we can redesign them in ways that serve us better. To control our habits, we must first understand the mechanics behind them. So, now that we've unraveled the science of habits, let's move on to how we can harness this knowledge to cultivate good habits. Now that we understand the science behind habits, how can we go about forming good ones? First off, it's essential to set clear and attainable goals. Consider what you want to achieve and break it down into manageable chunks. For instance, if you want to start exercising more, don't set a goal to run a marathon right off the bat. Instead, aim to walk for half an hour each day and gradually increase the intensity as you get stronger and fitter. This method of goal setting is known as the SMART approach: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Next, find a strong motivation. Why do you want to form this habit? Is it to improve your health, boost your confidence, or perhaps to excel in a particular field? Your motivation is the fuel that will keep you going, even when the going gets tough. Now, let's talk about creating a plan. A plan is like a roadmap that guides you towards your goal. It helps you keep track of your progress and stay focused. Start by identifying the specific actions you need to take to form your habit. For example, if your goal is to read more books, your plan could include setting aside a specific time each day for reading. Make sure your plan is flexible enough to accommodate unexpected changes in your schedule. Another crucial step in forming good habits is to make it easy for yourself. Remove any barriers that might hinder your progress. For instance, if you want to eat healthier, stock your pantry with nutritious foods and get rid of junk food. Lastly, remember that consistency is key. A habit becomes automatic through repetition, so stick with it. Don't get disheartened if you falter occasionally. It's a part of the process. Instead, learn from your setbacks and keep moving forward. Remember, forming good habits is not a quick process. It requires patience, dedication, and a whole lot of persistence. But with determination and a well-thought-out strategy, it is entirely achievable. Forming good habits is not a quick process, but with persistence and determination, it is entirely achievable. We've formed our good habits, but how do we ensure they stick? That's a great question. Let's delve into some strategies that can help us maintain these positive behaviors. Firstly, consistency is key. To keep a good habit, we need to make it a regular part of our routine. It's like maintaining a garden. If we water the plants regularly, they will thrive. But if we neglect them, they wither. So too, if we consistently practice our good habits, they'll become a natural part of our lives. Now, moving on to our second strategy, accountability. It's one thing to promise ourselves that we're going to stick to a habit, but it's another to actually follow through. That's where accountability comes in. Having someone who knows about our goals and checks in on our progress can provide an extra layer of motivation. Whether it's a friend, family member, or a mentor, having someone to keep us accountable can make all the difference. Next up is positive reinforcement. It's crucial to reward ourselves for sticking to our good habits. These rewards don't have to be grand gestures. They can be as simple as taking a moment to acknowledge our progress or treating ourselves to something we enjoy. By associating our habits with positive experiences, we reinforce the desire to continue them. While these strategies can be helpful, it's also important to remember that maintaining good habits isn't about perfection. There will be days where we might falter, and that's okay. It's all part of the journey. What matters most is that we get back on track and continue striving for consistency, holding ourselves accountable, and reinforcing our efforts with rewards. In the end, maintaining good habits is about creating a lifestyle that reflects our values and aspirations. It's about becoming the best version of ourselves, one day at a time. And remember, it's not the intensity of our efforts that counts, but the consistency. Maintaining good habits is just as important as forming them. So let's keep watering our gardens, keep holding ourselves accountable, and keep celebrating our progress. Because every step we take is a step towards a better, healthier, and more fulfilling life. So we've formed and maintained our good habits. What impact does this have on our lives? Let's delve into the beautiful world of transformation that good habits can manifest. Picture this, a tree. It starts as a tiny seed, sprouts into a sapling, and with consistent nurturing, it grows into a magnificent entity. Much like this, good habits can shape our lives into something truly extraordinary. Firstly, let's talk about personal growth. Imagine you've developed a habit of reading for 30 minutes each day. Over time, you're not just reading pages. You're absorbing new ideas, perspectives, and knowledge. You're expanding your horizons without even realizing it. A tiny habit, but a giant leap for your personal development. Now consider health. We all know the saying, you are what you eat. What if you cultivate a habit of eating balanced meals and exercising regularly? The results won't be immediate, but give it a year or two, and you'll see a healthier, more energetic you. Your body will thank you for this lifelong gift. Moving on to productivity. Imagine a habit of waking up early and planning your day ahead. You'll find yourself accomplishing tasks with a newfound efficiency. Procrastination will be a thing of the past, and productivity your new companion. What about relationships? A habit of expressing gratitude, of active listening, or of spending quality time can strengthen your bonds like nothing else. You'll find your relationships becoming more meaningful and fulfilling. Lastly, your career. Good habits like punctuality, effective communication, and continuous learning can propel your career forward. You won't just be working, you'll be growing and achieving. So you see, good habits don't just affect one aspect of our lives. They permeate every corner, every nook. They're like a ripple in the water, starting small but expanding outwards, touching everything in their path. Good habits are the building blocks of a successful and fulfilling life. They are the silent architects, shaping our lives one brick at a time. It's not about massive changes, but but about small, consistent actions that lead to big results. In conclusion, good habits might seem small in the moment, but their impact over time is enormous. They are the building blocks of a fulfilling life, the stepping stones to success. They may start as tiny, almost insignificant actions, but, like a snowball rolling down a hill, they gain momentum and size as they're repeated over and over again. We've ventured through the science behind habits, understanding how our brains form and maintain these patterns of behavior. We've explored strategies for cultivating good habits, emphasizing consistency, patience, and kindness to oneself in the face of setbacks. And we've seen the profound influence that good habits can have on our lives, from improved health and happiness to increased productivity and success. So, let's not underestimate the power of good habits. Let's start small, stay consistent, and watch as the magic of compounding takes effect. Remember, the power to shape your life lies in your hands, or rather, in your habits. Start building yours today.